The Hourglass Ambient Lighting palettes have finally arrived here in Australia, so let's take a look. So I got the Deer palette, which is the lightest palette there. And how beautiful is this packaging? So they do the Deer palette, which I said is the lightest one. They do the Swan one, which is the medium shade. And then they also do a Fox palette, and that is for darker skin tones. So my skin is very pale, as you can see. So I got the lightest palette here. But if we take a look at this artwork, how beautiful is this packaging? So it was actually done by a tattoo artist named Sasha Unisex. And it's just beautiful. So let's have a look inside here. So if we take the packaging out, now it is a metal packaging here. So unlike previous palettes, which have been like the plastic sort of material, this one is actually metal. So it has got a little bit more weight to it, but it's just absolutely beautiful. So I'll show you the back here as well. So this just tells you all the shades and things that are on the back. So if I open this up here, how beautiful are these shades? Absolutely gorgeous. So let's go through and do some swatches, and we'll go through each shade and take a closer look at them. So I've gone ahead and swatched them on my arm already, which I'll insert on the screen for us to take a look at. But let's start off with the finishing powders. So we have two finishing powders in this palette here. So we have Dreamlight, and Dreamlight is already an existing shade, but you can only get it in previous palettes. So you can't actually purchase it as a separate compact. We then have Auralight. So Auralight is actually the new shade, and I think it's really pretty. It has this marble effect in there. And I really like a shade with marble effect in because it's just a little bit softer on the skin. So I would kind of say this is like a limited edition shade because you can't purchase it separately. You do have to purchase the palette in order to get the shade. Now, I do have some of the other Hourglass finishing powders. Let me just grab those there, and I'm just going to compare them to the shades in this palette. So I have Ethereal Light here. So if we open that one up, you can see it is quite similar to Dreamlight. So if I hold those two up side by side, you can see Ethereal Light is probably that little bit lighter and a slightly cooler tone than the Dreamlight. But if you're after like a separate compact, if you don't want to get the palette, I would say this is very similar. And then I also have Diffused Light. So Diffused Light there. So let me just open that one up so we can see. And this is Diffused Light there. So if we put those two side by side, you can see again that they are similar, but Diffused Light has probably got a little bit more warmth to it than the Dreamlight. So I just wanted to show you those just for comparison, just so you can see the difference. Again, if you don't want to purchase the palette, but you do like the finishing powders. We then have the Diffused Bronze Light. So this is the bronzer. So this is already an existing shade, and it's really beautiful. It's very subtle, so you can actually build it up on the skin. I know a lot of Hourglass bronzers, they can actually appear quite warm on the skin tone, so they can have that little bit of an orangey sort of tone to them, but this one I feel works really well, especially on lighter skin tones. So you can actually build it up, and I think that's really nice for a bronzer because you can't go in too heavy with it. You can actually build it up to your desired effect. So I really like that one, and this one you can purchase as a separate compact. So I do have two of the other Hourglass bronzers, so let me show you those ones for comparison. So this is Luminous Bronze Light. So it does have that luminosity to it. So let me pop that next to the bronzer here. So you can see a difference. So this one is quite a bit deeper, actually. It is quite a bit deeper than this one, and the tones of them are very different. And then if we look at the other one, so this is actually Nude Bronze Light. Now, I've used this one a lot. This is my daily bronzer, so please excuse what it looks like inside. I have hit pan in this one as well, so it is very well loved. But this is a really good bronzer too for lighter skin tones, and it's got that matte finish, so it doesn't have any shimmer on there. I prefer sort of more of a matte bronzer to more of a luminous bronzer, but putting those side by side, you can see that this one is quite a bit lighter than the Nude Bronze Light. So moving on to the highlighter here. So this is Iridescent Strobe Light. And again, this is already an existing shade, so you can purchase this separately. And it's this really pretty sort of neutral pink shade, and it just gives that really subtle highlight on the cheek. It's not going to give you anything crazy on there. It's just very subtle and very natural. So I really do like this one. I actually do have the full size of this shade already, but it's really nice to have in a palette because I do like to use the palettes for travel. That's another good thing about the Hourglass palettes. If you do a lot of travel, you've literally got your finishing powders, your bronzer, highlight and blushes all in one palette. So you can literally just take the one palette and you're good to go. So next we have the two blushes, and these are two new shades. So first off, we have the Radiant Peach shade here, and then we have the Vibrant Pink. And these are beautiful shades. They look so nice on the skin, as you can see in the swatch there. But they just give that really nice, natural, subtle glow. Like, it's not too much. And it's not like a solid matte shade either. You can sort of see that sheen on the shades there. And they're such pretty colours, especially for like the summertime. If you just want that little bit of pop on the cheek, I think these are absolutely stunning. I will actually wear this all year round. I won't just wear it for the summer. I love blushes. I actually have a lot of the Hourglass blushes, and they're just so soft on their skin. They just blend onto the skin like butter, and they're just so natural. So if you haven't tried the Hourglass blushes, I would definitely recommend it. I think this palette is great. I'm so glad I managed to pick it up. Now, it is actually sold out here in Australia, but you can still get it on the Cult Beauty website. Now, it is a little bit more expensive to buy off the Cult Beauty website, but I think it's worth it if you want it. So it did retail for $162 in Australia, and off the Cult Beauty website, I think it's about $187. So there is a slight price difference on there. But again, if you do want to get your hands on it, I think that's kind of one of the only places you can still get it from, because it is sold out here already. So yeah, very, very happy with the palette. I think it's beautiful. Now, I also picked up the brush as well. I wasn't going to, but I just really like the artwork on this collection, so I did grab it. Now, this wasn't available on the Australia website. I couldn't find it. So this I did get from Cult Beauty, and I think it was about $107. So $102, $107, I'm not sure. I'll check for you and pop it on the screen. It's just absolutely beautiful, and it just goes so well with the palette. So you do have the larger end here, and it's just so soft as well. And then on the other end, you do have like the smaller brush. So if we take that off, 1 second. So this is the smaller end. So you'd kind of use this for like blush or like your finishing powders, and then this one more for like your highlighter and things like that. You could use this one for blush as well, just depending on how precise you want to be. So I actually have the original Hourglass brush, and I use this one all the time. So they are quite similar. So this one's probably a little bit bigger if I put them side by side there. And the end is a little bit more tapered. So it is a little bit larger than this one as well. So if you do have this brush already, you don't really need this brush. You know, you could get away with just having this one, but I just wanted to have the matching set, which is why I went ahead and purchased it. But this is my go-to brush. I use this side for finishing powders and my bronzer as well. And then I use this side for my blush and highlighter. So it's such a good multifunctional brush. And again, great for travel because you don't have to take lots of different brushes with you. You can just use the one. So you would be able to do that with this one as well. And it does have the Hourglass logo on there, and then again it does have the flower pattern around on the packaging. So again, very, very pretty. So with the two together, they just look beautiful, don't they? And these are such a good display piece too. Like if you're putting this on your dressing table, how nice does that look? Let me know if you have tried these palettes and what your thoughts are. Do you like the palette? Do you think it's a pass? Let me know in the comment section below. I will link some other videos on the screen for you to check out next if you are interested. And please hit that like and subscribe button if you did enjoy the video and for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.